Hello, and that is a lot cooler. So of course my outdoor garden is slowing down. It's not gone, it's not. We're still growing potatoes and actually harvest a lot of potatoes this week. Carrots, I purposely planted fall carrots that will be a little bit more cold tolerant, I should say, as well as kale. Kale actually here for some reason is doing much better even in San Diego when we lived there. Kale seemed to really like the winter. Last year I accidentally left all the kale and it kept growing. It was freezing, it was covered in snow, but it was still growing slowly. And obviously I couldn't use it for salad, but I could still harvest it frozen and use it for soups and stews and stuff like that. So I have to say that if you don't have green fingers, green thumbs, I guess it's said, and you're growing for the first time, kale is clearly a good plant to start with. So, but we also have beets and herbs growing outside, but it's definitely, slower. But it doesn't mean that we are going to stop growing. Because the beautiful thing about growing food is that you can grow it no matter where you are, because I heard they grow it in space, they grow it in Antarctica, so you can definitely grow it inside. It is slightly different. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to grow indoors and what to grow indoors. So first of all, there are two different ways you can grow indoors. You can grow it in a window. And hopefully a sunny window. Now we live here in Sweden where it's starting to get darker. So up until now, and so we're talking November, I've done really well in the window with just a natural light. But I can tell it's starting to get darker. So I'm going to put up a grow light. Grow light doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It doesn't have to be fancy. James actually bought a grow light that was based on someone's recommendation. I definitely was questioning this because it felt like so simple and cheap. Turns out to be a great one. So I'm saying you don't need to have like really fancy grow lights. I used to have those. Just make sure it's a grow light that works. But so first of all, when it comes to indoor gardening, it grows differently. So first of all, obviously the plants don't get naturally water from the rain. And rainwater actually has a lot of nutrients in it. So you obviously gonna have to water and make sure. And I found that plants indoors go drier much quicker. So you really have to maintain it. And actually when I was in San Diego, James and the kids were in charge of my indoor garden and killed a lot of the herbs. A little sad, but good news is it grows really fast. And the second thing is that you need to add a little bit of nutrients, a little bit, compost and stuff like that, just to get them going. They need a lot of that nutrients for keep on growing. Things don't grow as fast and they don't grow as big. And if you are growing something like, let's say, tomatoes, it might take a lot longer for them to get ripe and they're not as sweet as when they are outside, but they're still good. So all you really need, so you can also grow in hydroponic. And I've showed that before, and we do a lot of that. Hydroponic is just you grow without soil. So if you don't want to have soil in your house, then and you want to make it simple, so there are all these hydroponics. There are a million out there on the market, and so you just have to check around. A lot of them come with a grow light, which is really, really smart. We have grown a lot in hydroponics. We have one, well actually we have multiple ones. And you use water and nutrients in the water, and then you use plugs and with the seeds. I have found that some grows really, really well, some of them are a little bit slower, but in the end, really, if you want to grow herbs and lettuce in the hydroponic, I find that to work really great. And we're a family who loves our lettuce, so we grow a lot of lettuce in the summer, but we also grow it indoors to have it. Herbs, if you've followed me for a while, you know how much I love my herbs. I swear to God, my next book is going to be about herbs and growing herbs for an herb garden and for herbal tea. I love herbs because you get so much buck for so much growing, like I say, that's that. You get a lot of plants for little money because in just a few seeds will grow you so much herbs, and they generally, when you harvest herbs, they will keep on growing. So they're very grateful that way. And also herbs adds a lot of flavor to food. And don't be afraid of the herbs. I love adding herbs to all kinds of food. I grow basil inside, and the kids just love the smell of that. There's like, they love basil in food, especially my tomato sauce, on pizza, whatever. Basil is just one of our favorite things. So these are a couple of things. What can you, and also I have to say, another way to grow food inside, which is actually really fast, is sprouting or microgreens. I have a whole video on how to sprout and grow microgreens, so I'm not going to go into details, but I have to show you. Zesty Greens is a company that I like to use. You get these, and actually these have like a little hemp mat that you soak in water, put the seeds on. These are my broccoli sprouts. I grew these, I planted these 5 days ago. Look at that. Now, when you harvest these, they won't come back. And you don't want them to get too big. Anyway, I have, like I said, I have a whole video on how to grow these things, and I will link to that here somewhere. Probably there, somewhere. And you can see it. But this is a very easy, cheap way to grow greens. And microgreens grows in soil, and sprouts don't grow in soil, so they're not the same. I mean, they look the same, but the microgreens has more nutrients, even more nutrients than the whole plant. So if you grow broccoli greens like I do here, there are more nutrients than actually the broccoli, because they get a lot of nutrients from the soil. But sprouts are like, this is just super easy. If you don't have like a lot of room, grow sprouts. It's a superfood. It is super healthy. It is super yummy, and it is really fun. And I want to say, if you have kids, start growing microgreens or sprouting. The kids find this really interesting. It's like a beautiful science project. Anyway, okay, enough of that. So microgreens is what? So, okay, what can you grow? Like I said, herbs is a really good one. I have to show you. Garlic greens. This is garlic scape, garlic greens, whatever you want to call it. This is literally one garlic clove that was actually had started to sprout. I put it into soil, and I planted this last week, and look at it now. Wow! And I will cut it down, and more garlic greens will come up. This is amazing. It's milder than the garlic, but it is so divine. You can add it to anything. Lettuce. I grow lettuce. Like I said, this has been taking a little bit longer, but it's definitely coming. And I have about 10 of them here. And this is just a way, because the kids can just grab a couple of leaves and for the sandwich or for the salad or whatever they want to eat. So it's just a really, so I would say lettuce. I love growing lettuce inside and outside, I should say. And more herbs. You can look at this bad boy, my rosemary. It's really, this one used to be outside. I brought her inside when it got cooler, and look how many, and I wish you could smell this. So rosemary, and I think a lot of people don't really know what to do with rosemary, but rosemary, you can add it to so many different things. And rosemary, and I'm not a doctor, but if you have a headache, they say if you chew a little bit of rosemary, it's supposed to go away. It works for me. But you know, it's just one of those sticks. So, okay, let's talk about it. So you can also grow tomatoes, of course, and tomatoes are fun. They don't grow as big, like I said, and they smell really good. I love the smell of tomato plants. So if you like fresh tomatoes, why not try growing them inside? I heard that you can also grow, I have seen actually a lot of people who grow cucumbers. I have never succeeded with that inside. Don't know why, but I'm not very good with cucumbers. I don't know why. I can grow a lot of things, but cucumbers for some reason do not like me. Last year, like this summer, I actually get a lot of cucumbers, but generally I don't.
Yeah, you can see fall is here. My poor garden is not looking very great at all. We still have some fava beans, but they're not growing anything. But look at that. I still have a lot of kale, and I'm actually going to harvest a lot of this. And carrots, lots of carrots. I don't think they're going to get as big as the ones I had in summer, but they are here. And some leaves, natural fertilizer for them. Anyway, I'm going to keep this in until I know the frost is coming. Then I'm going to pull them out. Let them get a little more time to grow.
So just like have a little fun with this. This is like, don't take it too serious. And like I said, you just need a good window. Invest in a grow light if you need that. Most people do, depending on the climate. And you just need a couple of pots, a little bit of soil, some compost, some nutrients, a couple of seeds, and then voila, you're a gardener, indoor gardener. It doesn't have to be that hard. I hope this video was helpful. Please, if you have any questions, put it in the description below, and give us a thumbs up, share the video. Bye.